accident. Have you seen the fucking trailer for The Boys?
No, what is that?
Do you know what The Boys is?
All I know is you crack a cold one with them.
So you're not that far off, actually. So there's a comic book out there by the same name that's essentially about, like, if you're ever wondering kind of what's like to live in Charlie's brain, go read The Boys, because it's the basic premise is that, like, superheroes are real. They've been around since, like, World War II and shit like that. Some people have superpowers, blah, 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 blah. But unlike them all being, like, fucking paragons of society, like Superman or Spider-Man and shit like that, they're all just kind of shitty normal people that achieve celebrity status, where it's like, yeah, you may have been a paragon of morality at one point, but, like, you're resistant to heroin. And now that you're a big fucking deal, you kind of go off the deep end. Like, you're still saving the universe or the planet, but, like, you're also, like, killing hookers by accident. And there needs to be a CIA task force that, like, keeps you the fucking line. Because if you ever realized you could just kill the president, you would. But these guys are like, yeah, we can kill you, though, too.
What the fuck?
So, I kind of recycling some themes we've had on the podcast before, like the idea that Bulma's more powerful than Yamcha because she survived giving birth to not one, but two of Vegeta's kids. The Boys is the story of a CIA-sponsored organization called The Boys that goes around, like, blackmailing and bodying superheroes when they get out of line. And, like, this isn't like your nice, friendly Marvel DC comics. This is from the same team as Preacher, which, if you don't know, Preacher is, like, it's one of my favorite. It's that kind of introductory, yo, there's some fucked up comics out there. How fucked up? Real fucked up. Like, for the children, fucked up. Like, for the children, fucked up.
Oh, okay.
And the same with that Hell is for Children.
So this just kind of reminds me off the top of my head of, like, kind of a little more dark and rated R version of Heroes, where you have an organization that takes down these people with powers or keeps them in check.
Yeah, but this would be kind of like, what was the guy from Heroes that's job was to take down heroes? What was he called?
Horn-rimmed Glasses.
Yeah, so this would be like if Glasses was, like, compiling high-level spy documentation surveillance of, like, your homoerotic escapades to use you in blackmail because your superhero team is funded by the religious right. And, like, he kicks in your door one day and goes, like, I could whoop your ass right now, but I'm not gonna. What are you gonna do to stop me from leaking these exceedingly sensitive documents to your sponsors that keep your fucking superhero team running? We'll stop killing people by accident. You'd better, or I'll be back, motherfuckers.
Damn,
and by the way, you gotta tell me who Batman is right now.
By the way, as a plus, who's Batman? You better fucking tell me.
Oh yeah, no, like, one of the plots in the comics early on is, like, the dude turns one of Batman's, like, one of the guys on the team, like, has turned one of Batman's old Robins, essentially, but, like, has turned him, like, 40 years ago. So he's like, I fucking know who this one's version of Batman is for years. Who doesn't? It's obvious.
And
also, like, they also get powered up at one point. There's a point where a bunch of superheroes fight the Boys, and it's revealed that, like, no, we also took the superhero serum. Why? So we can put the pain on you when necessary. And unlike you jokers that are all used to fighting, like, bank robbers, we have lots of training.
That does sound
like, we will snap your fucking necks for the hell of it.
That does sound pretty good, actually.
Well, so, and Amazon's doing a TV show for it. It comes out in, I want to say, July or something, and the first trailer for it is this kind of, like, Justice League, like, we're the paragons of society, blah, 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 blah. And I'm watching it going, this isn't The Boys I remember. I remember this being a pretty fucked up comic book. Second trailer comes out. Ah, yes, they're torturing that guy with a dolphin. This is more like it. This is what I came here for.
You know, at first I wasn't sure, but you know what? Yeah, no, this is it.
I'm sorry, if you have a superhero that's clinically, like, that's, like, terrorized by dolphins and he does something wrong, what are you gonna do? You're gonna break into his house, put a dolphin in his closet, and wait.
But it's gonna make a mess of things. Like,
who the fuck cares? He's gonna be terrified of that dolphin. You're gonna kick in the door and be like, yo, I can put 2 dolphins in this apartment tomorrow unless you shape the fuck up. He's like, no, not the dolphins. And you're like, fine, 3 it is. I'm gonna put 1 on top of you right now. Then you fucking bust out those dolphins and you're like, yeah! That's what The Boys is.
You're surprisingly evil, sir, and I feel like this comic resonates to you on more levels than I expected.
Oh, totally. Again, like, if you ever wondered what it's like to be like, we're all into nerd shit. I'm not using that phrase as like as a derogatory term, but like, if you've ever wanted to understand what like type of nerd shit I am into and how I view other nerd shit, go read The Boys or watch The Boys when it comes out. Like, it's one of those ones where it's like, oh, Superman's a paragon. Superman's an unchecked power source that may someday turn against us. Why are you like this? Because I know people. The Kents don't exist. No one is that virtuous. And even if they are, they're not.
This is leaning a lot towards Brightburn.
Yeah.
Level of interesting.
Fuck yeah, I am super into that. I won't watch it in theaters because horror movies and giant scaredy cat, but like, I am super into the fact that, like, in this era of superhero media we're doing, someone's doing, yeah, but what if Superman was just bad? From, like, a kid age. Oh, like, as an adult? Nah. Like, what if he was that kid as, like, a 10-year-old, but had Superman powers? Oh, he'd murder a bunch of people. Yeah. He would.
You're enjoying this whole murder Superman a lot more than I expected.
Murder Superman is best Superman. Anyone who, like, I'm not saying don't enjoy superhero comics and shit. I totally do. But, like, anytime someone's like, man, if we had superheroes, we'd be fucked. Don't finish your sentence. Like, we live in a terrible world. Would superheroes make it better? I don't know. But I do know that most of the things people do when they get lots of money makes them worse. And if we had any type of superhero, they'd be like super celebrity status. Like, what makes The Boys great is that it is Superman if he had like Harvey Weinstein tendencies.
Oh God.
That's what this book is. Like, that's the point they're making, where it's like, you literally can't control these people. They are literally more powerful than militaries and shit like that. And they are, like, beyond celebrity status. Do you really think they're going to behave the rest of their lives?
I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Damn. Somebody call The Boys. We're going to need them when the first superhero pops up.
Oh, no. Like, this is kind of like, last week was to be talking about Hellboy and being like, I want to be a part of the Bureau of Paranormal Research. This one's like, if I could join The Boys, I would have. Like, I would have put the hurt on Superman.
You just want to punch Superman with some kryptonite knuckles?
No, I want to be part of the team that's like, Superman, we could kick your ass. Or, and hear me out on this one, we could leak the fact that you're dangerously lactose intolerant to the world. What will that do? Nothing, until someone weaponizes cheese against you.
And that's how you got all those videos on the internet of the kids getting slapped in the face with a slice of cheese.
Yeah.
Hey, just imagine that happened to Superman. Oh, God. He just feels sick. That'd be fucking hilarious.
The Boys is basically like, if Superman like was going a little bit rogue, like, they're like, okay, we could just hit him with a kryptonite bullet. Or, new from K Jewelers, kryptonite rings.
Everyone just has one?
Yeah. That's the kind of shit that comic's about, where it's like, or we could just give everyone the greatest superhero's weakness and be like, yo, don't make us put it in the water supply.
Jeez. You're delightfully evil, sir. And this
it's
comic,
not
I feel
me.
It just resonates to you.
I've been around long enough to know that, like, I understand the appeal of the moral superheroes, etc., etc. They don't connect with me.
God, I love the way you say that, because the way your tone was like, look, everyone likes these shitty fucking do-gooder superheroes, okay? I want a superhero with a drinking problem. Give me, like, pre-Marvel Universe Iron Man, who's kind of an asshole, but also a superhero, but mainly an asshole.
You joke, but yeah.
See, I fucking do it.
Never forget, Hank Pym used to beat his wife. Bad
What?
person. Oh, you didn't know this?
No, Jesus.
In the comics, in old school comics, there are panels of like Hank Pym putting the backhand down on Wasp.
Oh, no. Oh, that's right, because in the comics, Hank Pym is Ant-Man.
Or was
Ant-Man. Yeah. In the Marvel Universe movies, it's somebody else.
Oh, no. The guy in the Marvel Universe does become Ant-Man. He steals the Ant-Man suit, but, like, never forget, there was a point in time when comics had Hank Pym beating his wife.
That's so bizarre.
And we all forget about that to this day, except for people like me. They're like, nah, Hank Pym's a fucking jackass. Do not trust that fucker.
What is it about these scientists who are super smart but just seem to be
I'm
horrible
sorry.
human beings?
Remember back when Tony Stark's Iron Man armor gained sentience and then got in like a Stockholm Syndrome relationship with Tony Stark? Left him stranded doesn't so you could provide him with food and supplies to make him love him?
No,
that happened. That very much happened. That's an entire story. Oh, and to make it worse, then Tony Stark uses the suit's emotions against it so he can murder it. Hello and welcome to the Wicked Awesome Cast, episode, what is it, 151?
Yeah, 151.
151. As always, I'm Charlie, a.k.a. Mordak, joined by Alex, a.k.a. Mave Online, and I apologize in advance for this podcast going up a little bit late this week. I had to go watch Robots Kill Robots after we finished recording the podcast, essentially.
You have to go watch
BattleBots.
Oh, you're going to BattleBots?
Yeah, I think we talked about this some last year. I couldn't actually talk about the events, but me and Jen try and go to BattleBots filmings now whenever they're happening. At least once a year they film BattleBots, the American TV show version, not the edgier British version if they're still doing that. But yeah, we went last year and we were there the night that Tombstone ripped another robot in half and embedded part of it in like one of the support columns for the arena. It was real cool. And we're going this year, but it's also the night of the podcast recording day, so unfortunately I will not get this editing done before Monday. If this goes out after Monday, I apologize. I'm pretty sure I'll get it done by the end of day, at least West Coast time Monday, so apologies for the delay. I thought I'd get out there and address this early, but yeah, nothing's wrong, just overbooked, and I won't be allowed to talk about BattleBots, except for BattleBots are real cool next week, but like, yeah, I'm gonna go, like, on one hand, I'm now, like, very much in the group that's, like, when the revolution comes, they're gonna round us all up and be like, who attended a live taping of BattleBots, and I'll be like, yo, and they're like, you have to die now. In the arena? In the arena. Cool!
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were good with that.
Love me some robot-on-robot action. And I think if you look closely in a couple shots from last year's season, you can even see me and Jen once or twice. We have signs this year that'll be a little more visible. I hopefully I'll be able to get my Tombstone 316 sign in. We have a favorite. It's Tombstone. It is definitely the Steve Austin of the Robot Fighting League.
Steve Austin? I like how you've got WWE levels of hype for this now.
Tombstone doesn't win. It destroys. Like, it's compared to so many of the other robots, it's the simplest thing. It's got two wheels, a steel box body with some framing on the outside of it, and just like a 20-pound murder blade. And it's not a blade, it's just kind of like a 2x4 piece of steel that they beveled the edges on some. So when it hits something, it sends it flying or just cleaves it in twain. Like, I shit you not, it hit something so hard last year, it ripped part of that robot off, threw it across the arena, and embedded it into a steel column. Like, people were trying to pull it out and couldn't. That's the power of Tombstone.
Huh.
You don't, like, if you lose to Tombstone, you don't just lose, you get destroyed. Like, it's the... It doesn't wait for the thumbs down, it just goes into the ring and goes, I'm gonna kill you. If I win, you're going to die. It doesn't always win, but when it does, like, robots are cleaved in half, wheels are thrown about, like, it's great. Like, you clean up the opposing robot with a broom. But yeah, Tombstone 316.
Okay. Okay, Tombstone 316. I dig
Tombstone 316. But yeah, before we get too into like what we're gonna go do, what have you been up to, Alex?
it. Let's see. Well, in non-gaming related stuff, I went and I was driving to get some food the other day just because I didn't feel like cooking anything up in particular, and I went over to Carl's because Carl's usually has all right burgers, and I saw that they had the that Beyond Burger, that weird meatless meat patty.
Okay.
So I gave it a shot, and it was surprisingly good.
Yeah, they're fine.
Like, I had one before that wasn't great. It was really fucking bad, actually.
They are better than veggie patties.
Yeah. I'll definitely give you that. Although there is one veggie patty I've had that's surprisingly good. It's like a black bean chipotle.
That's not
burger.
a veggie patty. That's a bean burger at that point. There's a big distinction. That's
Really?
That's intentionally a different thing at that point. Like, it's the menus will also fucking have like black bean burger, sometimes portobello burger, and then they'll have like the veggie patty. That's a different nightmare altogether.
Okay, well, It was surprisingly good, and I'm all for them offering these kind of choices in a weird way.
Sure.
Like, I still like meat. Don't get me wrong, but it was surprisingly good. I just figured I'd throw that out there.
Fair enough.
What else? In non-gaming related news,
That was gaming related. Your fucking Unreal Burger was gaming related. Yo,
well, yeah, I need to.
Carl's Jr. stepping up their gaming game with fucking burgers that ain't burgers, so you don't die of a heart attack while playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
So you can 360 no-scope your enemies and still remain healthy.
Dude, have you seen the new Mountain Dew Gamer Fuel commercials?
God, no, I don't watch
The
TV.
2000s are back with a vengeance. They're like, yo, it's like the ultimate DLC hack mod. And I'm like, no, it's not, because that sense is garbage. But fuck yeah.
Well, it's like I can put together a Visual Basic GUI using so-and-so on those fucking detective shows.
You can just feel some executive watching this commercial like, good. Now, how do we bring up Doritos? We're bringing back the Doritos, boys.
I think they just genuinely need to blend Doritos in Mountain Dew.
No,
and then
you know
serve it
about
as a
Doritos.
drink.
We've talked about Doritos on this podcast.
I know, but it should be like one of those expectation, and they have the here extreme camera fuel reality. Somebody blending Doritos into Mountain Dew and then drinking that shit for a commercial.
Oh yeah, no, that is the vibe of this commercial. Is some dude fucking drinking this like blue Mountain Dew Gamer Fuel on like the back of a scorpion tank, not a scorpion tank from Halo, a tank that is also a scorpion, and like scoping dudes off the distance, being like, his death is refreshing.
Speaking of Gamer Fuel, really quick.
I'm sitting here with my classy homebrewed loose leaf tea, and you're like, let me snap into this. Fuck yeah, chemicals, boy.
Well, I'm cracking a cold one with the boy.
Do the do.
Can't say boys because it's just you and I. So cracking a cold one with the boy, which sounds weird.
We gotta go fight superheroes after this or something?
Let's go beat the shit out of Superman.
Let's go beat the shit out of Superman.
Oh, but yeah, so let's see. So yesterday was a holiday that is an unofficial holiday, if you will.
I love the fact that both of you were lame enough that neither of us did anything super 420.
I actually did, kinda.
Fair enough. Based on your texting I got, I wasn't sure if you did anything cooler than I did.
I didn't want to spoil it for you. I wanted your reaction to all this.
Fair enough. I appreciate the misdirect.
Yes. So yeah, we had pretty much planned a day where we were gonna, go get some stuff taken care of. Go to.
I live in California. Is weed legal in Oregon or no?
It is. Yes.
Yeah, you live in weed legal state. You got that weed, son?
Dude, well, the thing is, I don't smoke. It's never been my cup of tea. Like, I've tried a few times, but I just don't like inhaling smoke into my lungs. I will fuck with edibles though, all day, not a problem. So, we went to a dispensary and they were having sales and doing their thing. So, Andy and I went to a local dispensary that was offering some good sales. And then we ordered a pizza from one of my little favorite pizza places around here. That's not a fucking Domino's or a big chain. They're a local shop up here.
That does explain your girlfriend's Facebook post more. Just fucking get that weed or something.
Yeah, but we went to this pizza place, got our pizzas, came back, and then had the edibles. I think she had some too, edible wise. I don't know because we don't smoke in our apartment, so yeah. And we sat here and watched Ultron, Age of Ultron, because we're trying to get her caught up with the Avengers movies. Before
what a way
week.
to celebrate 420! Watching Age of Ultron.
Yeah, watching a psychopathic robot come to life and try to kill everybody while you're high as fuck. Yes, I think it's a great movie to watch.
You're bringing me back to my trip sitter days. Don't eat that cushion, man. Why? It's a cushion, not cotton candy.
Yeah. But then I did also pick up some CBD oil, so I can use that to kind of relax and decompress for the end of the day or whatever.
A gas station near my place of work has started selling CBD oil infused soda that my coworkers love to sneak in and be like, "Yo, we're drinking CBD soda," and I'm like, "No one cares."
Well, there's nothing in CBD that would make you the quote unquote high effect.
I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, my coworker, you gotta understand the industry I work in, man. This is the same people that are like, "Yo, we're day drinking in an organized fashion." I'm like, day drinking is meant to be done out of a thermos at your desk alone. That's the point of day drinking at work. Anything else is just social. It's not a sad cry for help if you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Aren't we rebellious? Not if everyone's doing it. Fucking put that vodka in your coffee like an adult. Do whippets in the parking lot like the big boys. Fuck you and your gummies.
But yeah, no, what do you call it? Yeah, so I just had that, and then eventually after the movie was done, I kind of started to fall asleep, and then woke up, and then I played WoW.
Wow?
Well, yeah, because I raid.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah. So, which is going to segue into my gaming side of things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I do it. So, I've been playing WoW forever and complain about Blizzard, but I don't actually do anything about it.
Yeah.
So, I'm still playing.
Oh, we know.
But, so I've been following the new patch notes and all the stuff that's going on, and I'm intrigued because it's looking okay right now. It's not bad.
What does okay mean even at this point? They've moved from a leather belt to a soft silk belt or something to beat you with?
No, they're actually working on some legit improvements. They're rehauling the Azerite system next patch, and all that. And to be honest, Mythic Jaina is a fun fight. I actually the last tier sucked. The raid was really annoying. People fucking hated it. I do really enjoy the Jaina fight, I will say.
Okay.
So it's been fun. And then, of course, my non-WoW gaming-related fun action, Division 2 has been consistently delivering, and it is fun.
Have you beat the game yet?
Let's see. I still have to do the Stronghold story quest.
I have not done the Strongholds yet. I beat all of the story missions last night, and then nothing happened. And I'm like, okay.
No, there's a Stronghold quest that's part of the story.
Oh, I've not done that yet.
The story, if you haven't done any Strongholds, you haven't finished the story.
Gotcha.
I found out. Because I was looking at if you mouse over the, what do you call it? Yeah, if you mouse over the Stronghold, the first one, on the far right side of the map, it says story on it. You can't change it.
I didn't notice that. I was like, okay, what do I go do now? I'm like, guess I'll mop up side missions?
Yeah. So, that's what I've been doing. I've been just going through the side missions and crafting everything.
Yeah.
So,
what level are you?
Unlock 30.
I have not gotten there yet. I've heard something happens when you hit 30.
Not really. At least not without completing the story, I think.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm level 28, and I did the last story mission. I'm like, okay, what happens now? Nothing? What the fuck was the internet talking about?
Yeah, I haven't. If there's something happens, I haven't seen it yet. So, I've been doing is just going through the rest. I've been clearing out all the side quests before I do the last strongholds.
Sure.
But the nice part is right now, once you hit 30, you still have an experience bar, so you can still unlock those field proficiency crates.
Gotcha.
Which are usually pretty nice. So
Get them.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind. No, the field proficiency crates are the ones that have gear. Yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah,
never got anything useful out of those crates.
Really, I've gotten some pretty good stuff out of that.
Almost everything good I've ever gotten was from like drops of either bounties or like people I ran onto on the street, where it's like, oh shit, you're yellow, so gotta kill you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying I got bad gear, it's just like my RNG in that game has been people being like, oh, I had to do this to get that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing fine just cruising around murdering fools. What about this mission? Didn't get shit from that mission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've gotten some pretty good stuff from there. So I'm still running I'm running an LMG sniper rifle build right now. So
yeah,
like actual marksman rifle.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I know you're not a fan of the marksman rifle.
They kick. I don't like the having to do the reload between every shot. I know it's not a real reload. It's the they're not semi-auto. They're bolt action or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're too slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, that's been my my fun. I've been really, really enjoying this like switching off between Division 2 and WoW. So.
Sure. Nah, I also played the Division. More importantly, I finally pre-ordered Mortal Kombat 11. That final launch trailer they put out pushed me over the edge.
That trailer looks fucking good.
It has Cyrax and Sector in it, which means smoke is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe already in it, and you know my rule. I don't buy Mortal Kombat games that don't have noob and smoke in them. And or smoke, I guess I should say. And yes, I know Triborg came to MKX, but that was like DLC round 2, and that was too late.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird, shitty little thing they did for that. I wasn't a fan of it.
I like the different fighting styles. Like, it worked. I wish Triborg was just part of the original. Like, if it had just been part of the original rounds of DLC or like part of the original cast, I'd have bought that game because smoke. But yeah, no, there's some cool stuff in this one. Like, many of my favorite characters are back that I want to play as, and many characters I don't like playing as are not back. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm intrigued on buying MK11.
I will talk about it next week. I got it for PS4 because that's the. I wanted to get it for PC because people were like, "Yeah, they fixed MKX eventually," and I'm like, I don't like the phrase "eventually."
No, the thing is, if I do get it, I'd probably get it for PS4 for the sole reason that they abandoned the Mortal Kombat X just flat out got abandoned during part of the way. So
I thought it got fixed eventually.
It did, like several months after.
Yeah, no, the research I dug up basically said, yeah, the fighting game community lives on the PS4 now. I'm like, oh, okay, that's where I'll go. Good to know.
Yeah, that's pretty much where they are. I'm not gonna lie, that's very accurate.
Yeah. No, like I said, I beat the Division 2, or I thought I did. I'm still playing that game. I have a weird habit of like having a really long day and then playing like a mission and a half of that game and then like falling asleep while playing it. Mechanically, I like that game. Story-wise, that game is boring as shit. I wish I cared about anything I did in that game at all, which I know gets annoying for me saying it every week, but it's just my feeling about that game at this point. I could not tell you why I did anything in that game except a waypoint on a map said, go do this. And I get that, like, that's what all video games are, but, like, even Anthem had story reasons for going and doing shit, at least. Not great ones, but they're like, yeah, go stop this. Why? Because they'll run the walls. Ah, that's a reason. Okay, cool. I'm sure they're in the Division. They're just kind of garbled and hidden behind radio transmissions that happen during gunfights, so I missed them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I've been doing lots of unplugged stuff, I guess, this week. Lots of offline, if you will. I found out that Amon Amarth, the Viking metal band I'm so fond of, has a show in LA the weekend after my wedding is scheduled for. So that kind of is a fun little thing of, oh, we're going to Amon Amarth now as a married couple. Cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, so like the wedding, like ceremony, or just like this? Are you guys doing like the civil, like paperwork stuff?
We're doing an actual wedding thing. We've not gotten it fully organized yet. We have a date filled out. It's gonna be a small thing, but like, literally the Saturday after it is the show.
Oh, nice. So
we're joking. Our what's it called? Our honeymoon's gonna be an Amon Amarth show.
Very cool.
Very us. I'm not sure it's cool, but. Speaking of not cool, you know what I did on 420?
What'd you do on
I went
420?
to the Ren Fest.
Oh, yeah.
The LA Renaissance Festival.
Yes. How'd that go?
It was Pirate Weekend.
Was it? Oh, well, you must have been happy about that.
I used to, first couple years I lived in LA, I went to the Renaissance Festival like fucking clockwork. Like it was like, fuck yeah, Renaissance Festival, let's fucking go, let's do this. And I don't think I need to go to the Renaissance Festival for a couple years. I missed the last like 2-3 years, and I think it will be at least 2 more years before I go to this again, which is kind of weird to think about. Like, because this thing used to be a thing I got excited for every year. I was like, fuck yeah, LA Renaissance Festival, woo! Now it's like, yeah, it's happening. It was fun.
No, I went to the Ren for when I was still in LA a while ago. It was actually pretty enjoyable. I didn't hit Pirate Day, but
yeah, Pirate Day ranges from people that are dressed like Johnny Depp to people that like put some effort into it to people in a bandana walking around shirtless, and you're like, that's the lowest effort costume possible. Very pirate of you. Mostly I got to engage in my favorite weird fandom hobby, which is I have a small passion for taking photos of people when they're like in full costumes doing things that aren't full costume related. Like at anime conventions, it's guys in like sick ass Piccolo outfits using the cell phone or something. Where I'm like, yeah, your costume's cool. That's the image I want, though. Like I love those little moments where it's like, man, you put so much effort into this, but like you're doing something completely out of character for that character. Like I have a photo somewhere of like someone from Gantz eating pizza, like in full Gantz gear in the fucking like food court of a mall, and I'm like, yeah, these are the cosplay photos I want. This is the weird world I want. So I got lots of people in like full knight armor checking cell phones and shit like that, or like I think my favorite one is this like lady in this crazy witch outfit and her husband who's like dressed totally normal, holding a Pepsi cup, like digging through a bag on her back trying to find some shit. I'm like, this is great. This is just weird. But it happened on 420 and people were stoned as shit. Some dude could not walk straight. It was pretty bad.
Did it smell pretty bad?
Yeah.
Out there? Of course it did.
You got within like 20 feet. Like you got out of the park. I literally got out of my car. Oh yeah, it's 420. Smell that weed. Got closer. Smell that weed. Got there. Man, they're selling a lot of pipes here. Smell that weed. Walk by the smoking area. Smell that weed. I'm like, yep. Carnies. Yeah. Now, there's also a dog beach in LA. We took Scrump to. We've confirmed my dog is paranoid about getting her feet wet, which is pretty fucking funny on a beach.
Mm-hmm.
She runs from the water.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. That was really cool.
She also was killed and will kill again.
Wait, what?
Did you not see the photos of the dog like lording over me like I was dead?
Oh, you're not dead.
Obviously not. I'm here. Or am I?
Is this Scrump doing the podcast?
Scrump, did you get taller? Are you not producing the podcast? Are you on the podcast now?
Scrump's like, I am the podcast.
Bitch, I am the podcast. Walk me, motherfucker.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the podcast now.
Yeah, that's definitely my dog. That's definitely my dog. Now, I'm gonna keep plucking away at Division 2, I think. I need a new game, and I think MK might be that one. Like, it's weird. I've never been in such a good spot to, maybe actually get really into a fighting game, and MK, I think it was 9, I got way into actually playing online for this thing, and like, they're like, yeah, we redid the combo system. I'm like, oh, it's not a combo system. Intriguing. I might get into this. No more chain memorization, less chain memorization. Ooh. More free flow combos. Excellent. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, that's it for weeks. Ready for news?
Yeah, I think I'm ready for news. Woo!
News. It's been kind of a weird week for news.
Yeah, I mean, there's some highs and lows and
Yeah.
stuff like that here and there, but yeah.
I believe we talked about this rolling, I guess. I think we talked about this briefly last week. I think it was a rumor at the time, but I think that Destiny 2 transferring multi-platform character thing we talked about briefly, it's been pretty well confirmed now as, yeah, this was actually a thing. Like, they were looking into it. Like, all the rumors you had about Bungie being like, maybe we'll do this, were kind of on the track, and Sony was like, nah. But what if we, nah. But what, no. Which makes sense. Like, they've done a lot of advertising for that game, so I don't know. Like, could you make an argument if Destiny 2 wouldn't be Destiny 2 without Sony? Probably, but yeah. Not much more of a news story there. There's a bunch of places you can go read up on it if you're more curious about this. Again, it's kind of confirming a thing that didn't happen, so it's a cool moment, but it's neat to know that, like, yeah, no, that rumor that was going on is pretty well, like, yeah, no, this was pretty real. Yeah. And speaking of rumors, we kind of have PS5 details now. Kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Not a lot.
Yeah, so, and I think this is like the best explanation of this I've heard, and this is not my original thoughts, so don't credit us with it. It basically, like, all the Wired did a exclusive sit-down interview thing with Sony, specifically, who was it they sat down with? God damn it, who was it? I'll find it in a second. Oh, Cerny. What's his full name? Michael Cerny, I think, or something?
Maybe? He's a lead
Mark
system
Cerny, my
architect?
bad. Yeah, he's the source for this, and depending on how you read the article, it kind of reads like maybe someone leaked some shit to Wired, and they were like, yo, Sony, we have this information. Do you want to comment on it or not? Or they're actually not, like, it's just with Wired, which is a little bit weird, but also not totally unheard of, and it doesn't say anything except there is some console coming. They're not calling it the PS5 just yet, which actually I guess kind of lines up with, I guess the PS4 wasn't called the PS4 till pretty close to launch too, so read into that as much as you may do. It seems cool. They're talking, like, the stuff they showed off was like they're doing lots of stuff with solid state drives. Like, the goal is to eliminate load times, and I know it's like, oh, just put a solid state drive on your PC. That's cool, but like when you develop for consoles, you know exactly what the hardware is, so you actually can do some stuff that you might not be able to do on a PC because you have to make it work for everyone. If you're developing for specific hardware sets for the PS4, you can go, okay, we know exactly what the run times for all this equipment are, so we know exactly how it works. Which, ever wonder how you can make those really amazing looking PS4 games and Xbox games are like, holy shit, this is on this console? It's because of that. It's because they've drilled down into exactly what the technology is, as opposed to making it work for everything. Yeah. It seems cool. They're trying to keep it not crazy expensive. Some of the stuff they say sounds crazy expensive, but allegedly won't be, like all the solid state stuff they're talking about, which hopefully will be like a terabyte drive at least for storage. They talk a lot about the AMD stuff they're doing. I guess there's a bunch of tech that they talk about in this. It's not even released yet for the consumer market. It's the next kind of round of AMD graphics tech, I guess, and processors.
Oh, not Ryzen, but there's another name for the Navi chips or something.
Yeah,
like
that sounds right.
Yeah,
it's the third generation of AMD's Ryzen line, apparently.
Yep,
8
those are the new
cores.
sets of.
Yeah. Lots of.
That's actually what I'm looking at for my build in the future.
Yeah, it's. Yep. Not a whole lot of focus on ray tracing just yet, but it seems capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They talk actually a bunch about how, I guess, with ray tracing tech, you can do weird stuff with sound, which, if you think about it, it's like, courtesy of this article, I now understand what ray tracing is a little bit better. It's more of a directionality and a physics of non-existent objects, which makes a lot of sense, actually. Imagine if you could actually have like sound echo around better than it has previously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, I thought that was kind of a cool thing. No real mention of streaming capabilities, but also remember, they already have that PlayStation Now thing, so they might go that approach. A lot of talk about PlayStation VR. There's another there's another revision of that tech coming. Your existing PlayStation VR stuff will work, apparently, with the new console. It's not clear if your tracking camera will, but there's also talk about maybe making that whole system better. So, yeah. They're
Nice.
It's weird. They're the last to get into VR, but they're also seem the best supporting VR at this point.
What, PlayStation? Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even heard anything about VR for Xbox or anything like that. I mean, unless you're doing PC and you got, what do you call that?
Oculus.
What the hell is that shit called? There you go, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it is technically the worst of the VR helmets, but seems to be the best supported by those making it. Where it's like, yeah, here are games for like this Tetris game people were fucking all up in arms about in a good way. Also had a VR system for it. Fuck, they remade Rez with VR levels, which is pretty fucking sweet.
Mm.
Yeah. If you want more in-depth information, go track it down. It's on Wired. A bunch of other sites have done summaries of this. It's pretty vague. They talk about how backwards compatibility is going to be a thing, so at least your PS4 games are going to go to the PS5, so it's not clear if that means like the PS5 version will be better than the PS4 version, but like if you buy Death Stranding is the example they use for PS4 when it comes out, you can play it on PS5, which is cool because that means we won't have that weird split where, oh, I want to play these games, but I don't want that new console yet, so I guess I'll buy the old one, and now I have to swap consoles again. It's not clear how far back the backwards compatibility will go, but they had that Japanese patent like a couple months ago that seemed to imply it might go all the way back to like the PS1 potentially. So we will see. Yeah. It appears that like November 2020 will be our release date for this. Hopefully we'll learn more between now and then, or assumably we will. But yeah, PS5 officially confirmed, I guess.
Yeah. Get hype. The one thing I did hear about it though, like as far as just PlayStation goes, is what I think you already mentioned it. The full backwards compatibility with everything they've ever made.
Yeah, it's not confirmed.
I was hearing. Oh, it's not? I thought it was confirmed.
It's not clear what it even means. Like, the patent was for technology that would hypothetically allow you to do the full backwards compatibility, but, like, it's not mentioned in the Wired article. It might wind up being that it might send you patch in later, like how the Xbox One launched with 360 backwards. They added 360 backwards compatibility, and then we're like, hey, we also added Xbox compatibility now, too. It might be something you can expand over time, but yeah, I think it's the article, at least Wired only talks about being PS4 compatible. It would make a lot of sense to add the other ones in some form, but who knows? Like, that whole name-changing thing has gone over kind of weirdly, too, so it's possible the system architecture on that end of Sony's stuff is a little bit bad.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it very well might be a thing. We don't know yet. But speaking of things we don't know about, have you seen that awesome Capcom plug-and-play arcade stick, Alex?
I saw it and then I heard it was dog shit.
From who did you hear it was dog shit?
I was reading some reviews online. I forgot where I saw it.
So no one's played it yet, so no one can review it yet.
Really?
It's I was not hearing, maybe
it's just
at all.
Maybe it's just the internet complaining about it.
Oh yeah, no, the internet has some big complaints. Like, the thing is running an emulator that people have real mixed feelings about this thing being used in a commercial product.
Wait, it's running an emulator?
Technically, yeah. So that's where it gets even weirder. I'll see if I can find the right article for it. So a bunch of the games are running on an emulator that's kind of backwards compatible. The actual emulator itself is kind of an open sourcey thing, but this is where it gets weird. So the legality of emulators and who actually owns content on emulators is still very much up in the air. You could argue the work you're doing to make an emulator work is very much yours, but then anything you do with it, meaning if you play any Capcom games, it is technically piracy in kind of a weird broad stroke version of the phrase. It's gray at best, which has always been the problem. And the sticks are going to retail at $260 US, or I think it's like 100 something for basically £200. So that's where the Amazon UK store leaked the prices around. And it looks weird, man. So it's a giant Capcom logo in its white, yellow, and blue glory with 2 sets of buttons and ball sticks or ball controllers, whatever you want to call them. Not bats, balls, of high-end arcade cabinet tech that plugs directly into your TV, comes with 16 classic Capcom fighting games out of the box preloaded onto it. It is the ultimate plug-and-play console in some ways. And it looks fucking ridiculous because, again, it's a giant Capcom logo. Like, literally, it's Capcom, the word that you sit on a coffee table and play on top of. I think it's great.
Interesting.
I fucking love it.
I'm going to hold my breath just because Capcom is, I don't know, I'm questionable with some
I'm
of the
not
stuff they
saying
do
it's
sometimes.
good. I just think this is the greatest dumb thing ever. Like, it is so bad, but so good. I saw a picture. I'm like, did they miss the fucking boat on April Fool's Day? Like, that's how dumb this thing is.
I feel like it just reminds me of those really cheesy emulator knockoffs that people would plug into their TV back in the day.
Absolutely. This is just the best version of that. And it comes with 1944, the Loop Master, Alien vs. Predator, Armored Warriors, Capcom Sports Club, Captain Commando, Cyberbolts, Full Metal Madness, Darkstalkers, The Night Warriors, Echo Fighters, Final Fight, Ghosts and Ghouls, Giga Wing, Mega Man, The Power Battle, Pro Gear, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Edition, Strider, and Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Like, comes out October 25th. This thing should not exist in so many fucking ways, but it does.
Jeez. That's okay.
It requires a USB power supply to work. Like, this thing is a ridiculous monstrosity that, like, no gamer should own, but also, like, every fighting game fan should fucking own this thing, because this is akin to having, like, a fucking Capcom neon sign hanging in your video game room or something. It is so dumb, but so good. Like, I want one, never to use, but to put on a wall being like, gaze upon it. Look at it.
Yeah, you're more excited about this one than I am.
I think it's great. But for all the wrong reasons, and all the right reasons, but all the wrong reasons.
For all the wrong reasons.
Yep. Yeah, it's not officially being made by Capcom. It's being licensed by, I guess, a company called Koch Media GmbH, a subsidiary of THQ Nordic, whatever. Yeah, remember THQ Nordic, that great company? So, yeah. We'll see. The emulator stuff is kind of murky. I'm trying to find the exact phrasing on it. It's running FBA, if that means anything to anyone, I think. FB Alpha, sorry.
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah, and it's real weird. And making it stranger, it's got some of the original ROMs from Capcom in the thing, but like the system using is based on MAME and all that shit, so yeah. Oh god, what if this leads to even better MAME?
MAME memes?
No, MAME. You don't know what MAME is?
Yeah, it's the emulator system, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm familiar with it.
I'm just hoping that, like, Salty Bet gets even better.
Oh, well, no, that's something else. That's Mugen. Is that built off of MAME? Because I know it's
I think
Mugen.
I think Mugen's technically MAME based. I don't know though.
Is it? Okay.
Mugen.
I know Salty Bet is
Mugen is the game, I want to say. I think MAME is the backbone of it though, or something. But yeah, I found I'm looking for the Capcom logo fighter stick runs off Final Burn and MAME, which are both open source projects that do good jobs. Like, I get the impression the fighting game community, these would be the ones you would use competitively, and they do work really well, but they're also not developed by Capcom. They're kind of open source, fully open source in many cases, where it's like, yeah, anyone can develop for these, and the people that developed and made stuff work for them are unhappy about the fact they're now being used for this.
Mm-hmm.
But, and this kind of the greatest one I mentioned, the ROMs you've been using to make it work previously, the legality is iffy. Remember, Nintendo just took down a bunch of ROM sites, so it's if Capcom is providing the ROMs and then using MAME and Final Burn to make it work, they're using it just as legally as anyone else's, kind of. It's scummy for sure, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's all their games, then maybe, but would that work in a way though? Because they're just publishers.
Remember,
they're not developers.
Capcom owns, from a legal standpoint, any ROM of a Street Fighter you put into that system or something. Like that's where it gets weird. The player is kind of technically a violation of legality in favor of Capcom. Technically, like emulators are a weird, more like legal gray zone where, like, if you own the ROM and you dump the ROM from your card and then play it on your computer, you haven't broken any laws technically. But if you go to a website and download a ROM and then use that to play on your emulator, that's where the legality gets kind of, you've technically stolen a game.
Well, I wouldn't download a car, but I'll download a ROM.
Fuck you, I would if I could.
Oh yeah, anybody who says you wouldn't download a car is completely bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna download a fucking Range Rover.exe right now.
Yep. What's next? You want to talk about reverse review bombing?
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about review bombing for a cool minute, I feel like.
So this is reverse review bombing.
Oh?
So Ubisoft, makers of Assassin's Creed, specifically Assassin's Creed Unity, got out there and donated €500,000 to that Notre Dame church repair effort that's going on right now, which is real cool of them because the game is featured in Unity. That's why I brought it up. And they've also made Unity free. I think for a period of time, at least on the Ubisoft, on Uplay. So you can go download that and add to your library if you so wish. This wouldn't be much more of a story except for that little detail, except for the fact that now people are positively review bombing the game, meaning there's been a sudden influx into the game in a positive manner. And here's the problem with that. Unity is the Assassin's Creed game that was real bad at launch. All of its bad reviews are probably super deserved. And it's cool we're giving Ubisoft points for this, but if you've ever wondered why I'm so, fuck anyone who review bombs, this is the reason. You should not be review bombing this game, period. But also, you should not be review bombing it positively, because when this thing came out, I think still to this day, it had just rancid technical problems. This is the crazy Ubisoft game where people's character models would, unres, and it was just a face and eyes and a mouth floating around in Assassin's Creed hoods and stuff like that. This is the game that had, the unbelievably broken frame rates. This game was bad at launch. Yeah.
So are there counter measures that Steam put together for review bombing in place for this?
The review bombing system has kicked in on Steam in the opposite direction. I'm sure we'll know more as the story unfolds, but this is, for me, this is the bizarrest moment of, this is why review bombing is stupid. You are literally giving a game that was bad at a chunk in time, deservedly bad, praise way after its relevant point because you're getting it for free. Let's not talk about the fact that a bunch of people donated a shit ton of money to repair a church when you could fix that in an organization that has a shit ton of money regardless because it's a church, when you could fix a variety of other social issues with the same said money. You're giving Ubisoft praise for giving you a game that's got no sales relevancy anymore out for free that was unbelievably broken at launch and took forever to even get fixed-ish. It's not a great look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give them kudos for, they're not donating and all that stuff. But
on one hand, good guy Ubisoft. On the other hand, the review bombing positive are thanks. It's about the fucking Notre Dame thing. It's not about the game. It's the opposite spectrum of oh, the main character, this is a woman. Fuck this game.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how to feel about it. Honestly, so I'm going to agree with you on this one. I agree with you on, Ubisoft, being cool and doing what they did. But at the same time, they they're profiting out of a free good press for an event like this.
Well, they're not profiting. It's like this is where it gets dumb. Like, no one should be buying this game because you can get it for free on PC. That's where it gets silly. Like, will the review bombing system catch this because it's going positive? Like, these are all off-topic reviews of the game that, like, aren't deserved, I don't think, because they're not, like, it is people being, like, thumbs up for Jesus in video game reviews, essentially.
Hey, on this Easter, you leave the good Lord and Savior out of this. All right? Thumbs up for Jesus. 1 like equals 1 resurrection. Sorry, was that in bad taste?
Remember, I am Jewish.
Well, I it's okay. I can get away with saying that I'm Catholic.
It's just that weird day. A bunch of stuff is closed for no reason, as far as I can tell.
Really? Easter? Stuff isn't closed on Easter.
Yeah, there is.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
Shit okay, so, and we're going way off topic for a second. You wouldn't know this because you're busy celebrating Easter, but if you don't celebrate Easter, a bunch of shit is closed in a bunch of places. Like, not the major stuff, but like, we tried going to the dollar store last night to get supplies for BattleBots today. It was closed early because Easter. Yesterday.
That's fucking weird.
No, it's not. Like, this is normal. Like, this is how Easter plays out, especially in LA. Where I grew up, little less important, but like, it's kind of like Christmas, where it's like, oh, it's not a big deal if no one's working on Christmas, and it's like, it is if you're not someone that celebrates Christmas. It's on a really weirdly inconvenient day, half the time in the middle. Like, it's like, I get it. I'm not like knocking people for taking the day off for a holiday, but like, yeah, weird amounts of shit closes down for Easter, or like has really segmented hours for Easter.
Huh.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
You would know. You would have no reason to do this. Like, it's my first year in LA. It was like, holy shit, a lot of shit is closed on Easter. Like, the grocery store near my house was like, we're closing early because Easter, and I'm like, no one that goes here celebrates Easter. There was a stripper in your hallways a couple days ago. Fuck you, Ralphs. You went with God. Yeah.
Huh. Well, I had no idea.
Yeah. This is gonna sound super weird. If Ubisoft was giving out, the most recent Assassin's Creed game, I'd be like, fuck it, who cares? Do a nice thing. No, they're giving out an Assassin's Creed game that was super jank broken at launch. That's like 4 Assassin's Creeds old now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And like, no one remembers fondly because it was that bad at launch. And yeah. Sorry, this one just really fucking bugs me, especially because the Notre Dame resurrection efforts have raised over $1 billion.
Yeah, no, I know. I get what you're saying. Yeah. That one.
We must save this church. That's part of our organization. That's the money to fucking fix this church. Meh! How about we fucking fix Flint's water supply or something or anything?
Yeah, and to be honest, Catholic Church is not really broke.
That's kind of my reaction.
So.
On Easter Sunday, we're getting super anti the church. I dig it.
Hey, it's okay. I was raised Catholic.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm allowed to feel cynical about it.
Fair.
It's either cynical or guilty.
That is my understanding of your religion, yes.
Yeah.
But speaking of cynicism, not Street Fighter, Forza Street is hitting PC and phones. Now, I know it sounds like a real Forza game is coming to the phones, but it's not. It's one of those shitty games where you, like, press a button to shift and accelerate in the correct time, so please don't fall victim to this. It's not what you think it is. It's not that cool.
Yeah, nah. It's some of those other weird,
Yep. Well, kind of at the same time, this comes in the shadow of Burnout Paradise, the original, not the remastered ones. Servers are being shut down after 11 years on August 1st. It's a sad day for many of us that think Burnout Paradise was the greatest racing game ever made.
Well, don't worry, the remastered one's still out there.
It's good. This is where it gets weird. Burnout Paradise is better than its remastered still.
Really?
The remastered is a hell of a game because it's remastering a hell of a game. But I would argue original Burnout Paradise is still somehow, especially on PC where you can go HD and stuff like that, Super HD, 4K bullshit, is somehow still a better game than its remastered counterpart.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, I reinstalled Burnout Remastered, or not remastered, the original Burnout Paradise on my Xbox, because you can do backwards compatibility with that thing, just so I could check it out when that remastered launched, and like fucking servers were full. People were like, fuck yeah, we're doing Burnout still. And I'm like, holy shit, you guys go into the remastered? Why? Like, there's less, I think they cut some of the songs from the title, like, there's less audio content in that game because licensing was a nightmare and stuff. It's a hell of a remastering. If you want your Burnout, it's a great place to go. But, like, the original is still kind of better.
Huh. Yeah, I never played either of them, so.
They're great games. When you remastered a fantastic game, you're kind of making a fantastic game still, probably. We kind of already talked about this. Mortal Kombat 11 had a new trailer come out that sure as hell makes it look like Sector and Cyrax are playable characters in that game. If not playable now, playable definitely as DLC characters, probably.
I actually heard there was a leak on the list. What do you call it? There was a leak list already for Mortal Kombat 11, including a character named Fujin and a few others, like Sheena, Fusion. Yeah, it was out there not long ago. Yeah, so I did not see either of the cyborgs on that list.
I'm not sure if the list has been confirmed, but like that trailer shows off, I believe, you fighting Cyrax or Sector. Like, I've gone back a couple times, I've missed it every time, but like, man, that's a real modeled character that's got a real voice line that talks to you to not be in that game for reals.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know, like, Rain was like that in MK11 or MK10, but like, this feels a little bit worse, especially because Sector shows up in a couple other cutscenes as, like, set dressing.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Currently, these are the characters that are confirmed for MK11.
Yep.
We've got Shao Kahn, Frost, Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, Cassie Cage.
Frost?
Yeah, there's a character on there named Frost, apparently.
They have not confirmed Frost yet.
I'm reading that this was already confirmed.
They have not confirmed Frost. There has been nothing to show off Frost.
Here we go. Apparently, Frost will be the only secret unlockable character in the game, and all current fighters pre-DLC. So, yeah, apparently somebody got a hold of a PS4 copy that's already out and about, and Frost is a secret character.
I'll believe it. It's not confirmed yet, though.
Yeah. Let's see. I think actually somebody on Reddit already posted about it, but let me... Anyway, so, yeah, so where did I live off? Okay, so Scorpion, Jax, Noob Saibot, Baraka, Raiden, Jackie Briggs, Sub-Zero, Kano, Cabal, Liu Kang, Katana, Kung Lao, Jade, Scarlet, Aaron Brack, Devora, Kotal Khan, Garrus, which is the new character, I guess.
Yeah.
Collector, and then Centurion, which is that weird Mother Nature looking character.
Yep.
Those are the only ones I know of so far, but there was leaks on some of the other characters for the DLC.
Like, that doesn't mention, like, that list you said doesn't mention Shao Kahn, who is a playable character.
I mentioned Shao Kahn first.
On the previous list, though. Or is this the same list?
This is the same list.
Okay, I feel like it's missing someone else that got confirmed. Say Noob?
Noob Saibot, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When I mentioned, we cut it halfway when we were talking about Frost.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, fair. We will see. Yeah, I'm not saying that list is wrong, but like, Frost has not been confirmed, and it would be very much like them to have Cyrax and Sectors hidden in the game.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. But I mean, if you also think about it, Shinnok is also a character that shows up in some of the trailer stuff, even though he gets killed, I think. But he's not in the game at all. I
think that's more storyish, I guess. Like, I think there's actually footage of like you fighting one of the cyborgs, I think, or like at least the trail, like, stuff I'm personally seeing is they sure seem to say we're gonna fight that Cyrax.
Hmm.
Yeah, we will see though. This might be another Rain, which would suck, but I get it. Unfortunately, it's fun to be this excited going into a Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, it is. I will say, like, it looks good. I will say that.
Oh no, and like part of my belief this could be real is Ed Boon is the trolliest motherfucker ever. You would totally do this.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I don't see. I'm trying to find the damn DLC leak list, but
Yeah,
oh, here we go. So these are the DLC characters that they're believing will be coming out. Or at least that's what we're hearing.
okay.
Let's see, Spawn from McFarlane, whatever. So Spawn, the Joker from the new Joker movie, Ash, who I don't know who that is, Nightwolf, Sindel, Fujin, the T-800, Shiva, and Shang Tsung. Those are the ones I'm hearing about right now.
I don't believe Spawn.
No?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. It doesn't feel very MK. It does also kind of. Mostly I don't think it'll do it because that Spawn is already in a Soul Calibur game.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me though. I think aren't they working on the movie for Spawn though?
Are they? I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me if they added it on there because of that.
Possible.
But yeah, still, it's nice to be this excited about a Mortal Kombat game.
The Joker makes the least sense to me, I guess. Like that one seems like a bad choice.
No, I think the Joker would definitely fit into it.
Like at that point,
because the Joker does kill, and whenever he's in Justice, he doesn't really kill it.
I guess at that point you're having the conversation of like, then how many other Injustice characters are coming to Mortal Kombat? Like, do you open up the floodgate at that point for even more Injustice characters coming to? And I know it's like quote movie Joker, but like no, it's the Joker still. Like once that line is crossed, like are you just making NetherRealm the fighting game?
Probably.
Yeah. Who knows? We will see. Like we started to say, like it's exciting going into this thing being like, who knows what's in the game? We don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Yeah. Well, we will know next time this week. Or this time next week. That's what I meant to say. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of incoming releases, Ultimate Alliance 3 will be released during Comic-Con.
Wait, what's the get released during Comic-Con?
Ultimate Alliance 3. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Sorry, I probably should throw that in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
July 19th on the Switch.
Huh.
Yeah. Remember, it's still Switch exclusive.
Can't really care.
So, in that same vein, that's a little more Switch news, a little more information out there about kind of the extra Switches you might be able to buy. It seems we will get the lesser Switch. I can't believe I called that. I think it's called the Kitty Switch and some things I read. Probably before the end of the year. The Hardcore Gamer Switch with a spot for your Mountain Dew amped gamer fuel bullshit will come some other time and down the line, if you will. It's not a ton of details on either just yet. The apparently called the Kitty Switch, the cheaper Switch, will be dockable. Apparently, if a image was out there of someone that it's unclear if this is a real thing or if someone just 3D printed it, but it looks like a hard Switch where you can't remove the Joy-Cons off of it, which actually super appeals to me. But
that actually does appeal to me too, to be honest.
I fucking hate the Joy-Cons. I think they're a real bad choice. But yeah,
no, you've made it very clear how you feel about those.
Yeah. This thing is being released as kind of as a replacement for the 3DS, so yeah, we'll see how that goes over. Like again, like not a ton of details yet on this, but what we do have details on is that China has partnered. Not China. Nintendo has partnered with Tencent so that they can release the Switch in China, which is a pretty big fucking deal.
Tencent's getting too powerful, and I don't like this.
So, and let's put a little conspiracy theory for a moment. Tencent partners with Nintendo. No one goes outraged. Tencent owns a chunk of Epic Games. People throw racist slurs on the internet because they don't like the Epic launcher. No conspiracy there, just bringing it up.
No, I dislike it in both situations. I don't know. I don't like some of Tencent's practices, to be honest with you.
Well, so this partnership is born of the fact that to sell products in China, you have to kind of have partnered with. It has to come through a Chinese company, essentially. And previously there was a company that Nintendo was partnered with, like IQ or something, and This time they're partnering with Tencent to do this. It makes a lot of sense. Where this gets weird is that I believe I think we talked about this, like the NVIDIA Shield has been around in China for a little bit as a purchasable item. I think it has Nintendo games. Like I think it had Mario Odyssey on it, or it has Mario Odyssey on it. So it's possible for the first time ever you're going to have a environment where you can play Nintendo games on 2 different consoles, the same game. Yeah, we'll see. This is not the first Nintendo product to launch in China. The 3DS did kind of as a workaround. It kind of pitches off as a plug-and-play game system, which are legal there. For reference, lots of game consoles are not legal. The sale of game consoles, I think, up until recently, was illegal in China, and I think it's still kind of a gray area. You could get them in Hong Kong and smuggle them into the rest of the country, kind of a lot of effort. But yeah, it's a big deal. It's very possible this could be kind of the Wii 2.0 as a result of this. But Tencent, Alex.
Sorry, Tencent, regardless. I don't care if it's painted with Epic. I don't care if it's painted with Nintendo.
No, and you're a lot better than most people on this topic. Like, we didn't really cover it much because it was just dumb. But during the most big resurgence of people hating on the Epic Store, we got some like Cold War era McCarthyism, was like racial slur spy shit going on, where it's like we're using the Epic Store to spy on us, and I'm like, be uncomfortable with Tencent. You should be uncomfortable with Tencent. They own a lot of gaming indirectly, but like this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, be more uncomfortable hypothetically with the League of Legends launcher than Epic Games. Because Tencent owns all of League of Legends.
That's why I don't play League.
Yeah.
I also just don't enjoy
it. That's the reason I don't play League. Yeah. Moving on from that, WB Montreal, those people that were part of those Batman games we all loved, has been working on something, and appears to be a loot shooter Suicide Squad game?
Nah, dog.
But Alex, it's a loot shooter. It's gonna have raids. You like raids, don't you, fellow teen? Like the Destiny and the Division and that Anthem game.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I end up making a character in that game, I'm just gonna call my avatar Young Will Smith and just quote lines from fucking Independence Day.
Sure.
Welcome to Earth.
You can try this. So this is not officially out there. This is courtesy of our friends at 4chan. There'll be a big release June 4th, I guess, for this, is what this is all indicating. Right before E3 or during E3 makes a lot of sense for something like this to come out. What this could be, I don't know, but so going back to The Boys for a second, if this is a game where you're playing as part of like a Rainbow Six team that's job is to contain supervillains and superheroes, imagine if that's the game. Like, imagine if you're like the SWAT team sent to take down the Joker when Batman's busy. Holy shit, that could be a cool game. This just sounds dumb mostly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh, I'm super excited for whatever it might be, though. It sounds ridiculous.
You say we some kind of Suicide Squad?
If there's not an emote pack where I just say that I can spam that constantly, they have failed. I will pay money, Warner Brothers, to have that emote. Like, I want to be an epic emote where it's like, use the fucking voice line, yeah.
And that's all I do in party?
Yeah.
You saying we some kind of Suicide Squad?
What do you think, Toby? We some kind of Suicide
Squad?
Yeah, like, be that dude that used to play with Left 4 Dead with, who just spammed the laugh button constantly. Tell me, what do you think? What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? Fuck you! Yeah, that'd make me happy.
That'd make me happy, shit.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of loot shooters, the first raid of the Division 2 has been delayed until May for unknown reasons. But as kind of part of the planned initial rollout of this, there's now high-level gear, higher than all the other gear, in the Dark Zone.
Oh, yeah, I was reading about that.
So, and you may not have been following this the way it was the first time around the Division. So, this happened previously where the best way to level up ultimately was the Dark Zone for the Division 1, and it split the community pretty hard. Have you ventured into the Dark Zone yet, Alex?
Not yet.
Okay, so you ever play? I think we established you never even played it at all on the original Division, right?
I never did.
So
the Dark Zone.
The Dark Zone for a lot of people was the biggest sell of the Division. Myself included, I thought the idea of it is pretty cool. And to be fair, I have had a much better Dark Zone experience with the Division 2 than I did with Division 1 ever. It still can flat out suck, but I have actually willingly gone in there for fun and had fun on a couple occasions, and not just like at weird hours of the night or random days I had off. Like, it is possible to enjoy your time with the Dark Zone unironically. That being said, during the Division 1, there was a big push for the idea of, if you're gonna put the high-end loot we need in the Dark Zone, please do a PvE version without the PvP aspect, because people are terrible and they make people never want to go in the Dark Zone. I have a coworker that loved Division 1, played it right up until the end, and he's like, it mellowed out some by the end, but it can be rage quit inducing angry when like just you're playing for hours, and then some assholes who are rocking a 4-man party just come through and start trolling for no reason then because you can. And I get it, like that's how these games work, but man, does it make a part of your game fucking toxic as hell. And make people not want to play your game as a result of it too, hypothetically. But kind of this was supposed to launch at the same time as the raid, giving you an alternative to get the high-end gear. The raid's not coming out anymore, and once again, the community is divided and going, oh shit, here we again, not again. It's weird, because I get the impression this is one of the big issues that made a lot of people drop off with Division 1. Was being forced into the Dark Zone. Yeah.
I haven't explored into there yet, but I will want to soon.
Yeah, it's fine. Like I said, I've had a lot more fun with the Dark Zone this time around than I had in the previous game. I've also maybe just been fucking lucky. I don't know. Every time I go in, I expect to have a bad time, which is shitty. Yeah. Speaking of a bad time, hey Alex, you ever play City of Heroes? Was that one of your MMOs ever?
I did actually play it. Not very long, but I did play it a long time ago.
So this isn't so. This does not affect a lot of people, but like in the City of Heroes community, there's been rumors of essentially like a secret black site server somewhere out there, and this has been going on for years. Like to the point where there's a Kickstarter campaign to essentially make a clone of City of Heroes, and it happened, then kind of like stopped updating at a certain point, and turns out there was totally a secret City of Heroes fan-run server.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Not at all. You should not be surprised by this. But apparently, like the working on it or using it came with like a crazy, like NDA. Don't fucking tell anyone about this. To the point where a bunch of people that have been yelling for this to happen are furious that this has come to light.
They're furious that there was one all along and they weren't part of the club?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, remember, again, fucking Kickstarters happened in the time this thing has been running so people could play this game. That's how badly people want to play this game, apparently. Like, imagine if, like, tomorrow you got an email from me being like, oh yeah, dude, by the way, I've been on the Matrix Online secret server for months, just couldn't tell you about it.
I would be very upset.
Yeah, that's what this is, essentially.
Yeah. I feel like I had always heard whisperings that this was a thing.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, this is one of those great, like, secrets of the internet was you kind of assumed it was out there because enough people talked about it every once in a while, but yeah, it's fucking real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, down to the point where the emulator running this is called Score, aka Secret Cabal of Reverse Engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been running for 6 years.
Huh. Yeah, this is...
Yeah, I fucking love
cool.
this. Like, it makes me want to go play City of Heroes on this, like, black site server, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's just silly.
I'd like to find a way into this.
Me too. I've not cared about City of Heroes that much. I've heard it's one of the kind of for what it was one of the really cool MMOs of the time. And just the fact that, like, big chunks of the fan community are like, we knew there was a secret server. Why wouldn't you let us in, you assholes? And to be fair, the argument against it was, if the less people that knew about this, the less chance we have getting shut down, because, again, pirate private server kind of situation. It's like, could you all have not fucking streamed this? No, they fucking couldn't have. It's great. I love this. It's great. This is up there with that fucking Capcom controller, which is just like, this is so dumb in the best way. But yeah, this was revealed by one of the people working on it. I'm not gonna get his name now. This is code name, if you will, for this whole madness. Brian, aka just Brian, apparently, like, he was a coder working on this and was like, "Yo, it's real," in a YouTube video that appears to now have been taken down. So, yep, it's totally gone.
Yeah, no, I saw it. It's gone.
Allegedly, you signed a non-disclosure agreement as part of this, so it'd be real funny if we find ourselves talking about a lawsuit against the guy who was like, "Yo, I'm reporting on the, like, I leaked information about the secret MMO server that wasn't supposed to exist."
Would not surprise me.
We live in a glorious time. I love everything about it. Speaking of things that apparently been rumored and are actually real, that Halo TV show, they finally fucking cast someone to play John 117, aka Master Chief, and yeah, apparently that show's actually real.
Wait. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Pablo Schreiber, more commonly known to people as Mad Sweeney from American Gods or Porn Stash from Orange is the New Black, he'll be playing John 117.
Huh.
Yeah.
And he was Porn Stash?
Yeah.
What?
So, it seems like a weird choice until I went back and looked up some other shit, and the dude has fucking range. Like, he was in, like, the 13th Hour and stuff like that as a Marine or something. Like, this is actually, like, initially I'm like, that's a weird choice, followed by research, and then followed by, oh no, this is actually a really good choice, potentially.
Wow.
He's also 6'5", which is great for being a Spartan.
Yeah. Holy shit, he was George Mendez.
Yeah.
Damn, he doesn't look anything like
No,
him.
like, that's the thing, too. Like, I think he's one of the best actors on American Gods, and I'm like, that can't be the same actor. Holy shit, did you, like, get ripped since your time on that show, or they're filming it real different.
Okay, you know what? He's got impressive range. I'll give him that. Very chameleon-like.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Yeah. Apparently the Halo show is being developed by Showtime, so yeah. See what happens with this, yeah.
Is he related to Liev Schreiber or whatever?
I have no clue.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Okay.
It looks like him.
I think he went to my college, which is cool, but yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But yes, Mad Sweeney confirmed to be Master Chief. Fucking yeah. Also Porn Stash.
I think he should call himself Porn Stash. That should be his unit
Master
name.
Porn Stash.
Yeah, Master Porn Stash.
Porn Chief? I don't know. Ugh. Ah! That thought is bad. Speaking of bad thoughts, that new discless Xbox One coming in May apparently will cost you $250, which is not as cheap as that console needs to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I have no reason to buy this. I already have an Xbox One. So this is supposed to kind of be on par with an Xbox One S, which is cool, except for the fact that I believe a PS4 Pro sells for the exact same price. Let me confirm that quickly. Oh no, it is cheaper than the PS4 Pro. Much cheaper, actually, almost $150 cheaper. But it is it is in the same price range as a PS1, as a PS4 Slim, I guess. It's coming with a 1 terabyte hard drive. It's priced at $250 if you're into. Yeah, this feels like a weird choice, especially because the official press release is on this. Like, sometimes it will be less than that, but who knows? Because of bundles. Yeah, betting on bundles feels like a weird choice in my book. or acting like a bundle makes the game cheaper, makes a console cheaper, equally scummy. But last but not least, this week in news, Persona 5 Joker is officially in Smash.
Dude, that whole patch and everything is pretty fucking cool.
I know Joker is the lamest part of that entire update.
Really? I thought he was kind of cool.
I would argue Joker's stage is cooler than Joker is.
The stage is legit, especially the fact that it changes with the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we could move past Persona 4 at this point, but also, like, no, because Persona 4's music is fucking hype as shit.
They've got Persona 4 music in there, too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if this, like, it's the, on one hand, could this just be Persona 5? Yeah. Do I get why you would include Persona 4 and Persona 3's music? Yeah, but man, it is time to move past Persona 4, guys. Like, I get it, Golden is fucking amazing, but 5 was pretty good too. Like, 5 was real good, it was different, and it's not fair to 5 to keep being like, okay, yeah, we have 5, but also we have 4, the one you fucking weebs fucking can't get enough of. It had better waifus or something. I don't fucking know. I like 5 more than 4 at the end of the day. I like how it plays a little bit better. Doesn't matter. So kind of actually break down what me and Alex are saying. Joker is available for purchase for the price of, I think it's like $5 or something like that, or the pass for $25. But for free, you are getting video editor, but more importantly, a stage creator for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that has already resulted in just some fucking amazingly, hilariously wrong things.
There are some really cool items that or maps that people have made already.
Yeah. There's also the exact maps you'd expect horrible people to make.
Oh yeah, a giant dick on the map?
Yep.
Yeah. No, there's already a phallic problem on the Nintendo store for those. But there are some really creative, cool looking maps. Like there's this one that saw Max dude, whatever his name is,
called
Smashketball. And it's a closed map overall, but when you get knocked into the top left or top right part of the map, there are the Donkey Kong cannons that shoot you into the ground. So you fly, it shoots you off the map. So there's a whole nother element with like trying to knock people into those as opposed to trying to just knock them off the map. Yeah, it's really nifty. So there's some pretty cool stuff I've seen there so far, I have to say.
Well, and this does bring up my biggest issue with competitive Smash, which is that'd be real cool to see in a tournament setting where it's like, yo, we have these like 10 super awesome custom stages that we randomly cycle through. That'd be real neat. Just saying. It'd make me watch competitive Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever use them for competitive.
They won't, because it has to be pure and super, and like they are taking that competitive Smash takes everything fun about that game and goes, no, it makes it too random.
Yeah.
Bring back wave dashing. Yeah. No, but we've talked about everything but Joker. Joker is kind of an evolving character where you have his persona gauge build up and he summons Arsene. That's his original persona from Persona 5. Persona elitists like me sit there and go, couldn't you have a better persona? Just saying. But it's also the iconic one from that game, so it makes sense. It's cool. It's undeniably cool looking. I haven't bought it yet because I don't care about that game anymore, but people seem to be receiving it well. You pay more attention to this. Like, what is the general reaction to Smash been at this point?
I think it's really cool. I haven't gotten a Switch yet, but I'm waiting for my tax return money to come in. And once that comes in, baby, I'm probably going to buy it. It looks fun. And there are some coworkers who bring their Switch to work, and I might want to get a couple rounds in with them.
What about Tencent, Alex? If I hoisted you by your own petard, is your logic being used against you?
Tencent. Nintendo good, Tencent bad.
Yeah. No, apparently, like, the access to Joker was fucking terrible. They had a bunch of DLC issues on the day it came out.
Oh, yeah. No, we It's I heard that people just couldn't even download it, and the store just crashed.
As someone who now has who got a Nintendo Online for free, courtesy of that Twitch deal, I'm continually real angry that thing's paid for. It's not. It is so cheap, and I'm still angry. It's not better. It's just bad. Like PSN and Xbox Live at their worst, I will go as far as to say have always been better than Nintendo Online is at this point. Like, part of why people put up with Nintendo Online on the Switch was it was free. If you were actually paying money for this because you need to play, I get it. Like, it's fun to play multiplayer with your friends and shit, but holy shit, like, you should feel ripped off. I get there's no other alternative, but you should feel ripped off. You really should. Like, I feel ripped off, and I'm getting it for free. I want to return it.
Don't they still have that fucking weird phone app thing, though?
Oh, yeah. No, that's part of why I'm mad at it. Like, a lot of the cool functionality for Smash Ultimate is offloaded to the phone.
Well, doesn't everyone have phones?
Do you really want to compare Nintendo products to Diablo?
No, I'm just stealing the line
That's
because
fair.
I feel like they're just kind of running with that one.
It's a little late for an out-of-season April Fool's joke.
Hey.
Yeah. We'll probably more on this once Alex gets the Switch and gets Joker or something. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for the other characters to get revealed before I buy into the pass for it. Or at all.
Yeah.
It's weird. That thing seemed to be fucking everywhere, and now it's kind of died down to just the Smash players, which this feels like that went a lot faster this time around. And maybe it's like Joker's a little bit of a niche character, so it's like, yeah, it's the best version of PlayStation All-Stars, but I don't know. I feel pretty confident saying Persona 5 is coming to the Switch now with almost 100% certainty. I'm not sure when, I'm not sure how, but yeah, it feels like it's fucking coming at this point.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That does it for news this week. Ready for emails, Alex?
Sure.
If you want to contact us, how would you go about doing that?
Well, it's pretty straightforward, guys. What you want to do is go ahead and pull up your mail client of your choice. And in the to column, you would go ahead and fill out our email address, which is wickedawesomecast@gmail.com.
What's that email again?
wickedawesomecast@gmail.com.
I'm having a hard time understanding it. Can you, like, say it in a more eloquent way?
wickedawesomecast.com.
That would be wrong, but
wickedawesomecast@gmail.com.
that sounds right. Yeah, it's the name of the podcast at gmail.com.
What? Did you say it's wickedawesomecast@gmail.com?
I did say it's wickedawesomecast at gmail.com, Alex.
Oh, good. I was confused because I know that the name of the show is Wicked Awesome Cast, but I wanted to make sure that the email also includes wickedawesomecast@gmail.com, so it's easy to identify.
It is. You can just copy the name of the podcast and put it in the email. You have to remove some spaces, I think. But yeah, no, it's down the show notes even. Like, there's a link and everything you can click on. I think it works. Or you can just copy the exact thing we have there. Why are we being dicks about this week?
And then just add an @gmail.com.
Oh, no,
the
@gmail.com is part of the link down on the show notes.
Well, I mean, if you copy and pasted the name of the podcast.
Sure, no, you're right. We don't want to cause confusion again.
Yes, and so the total of it combined would be wickedawesomecast@gmail.com.
Indeed.
I think we did it enough times.
Yep.
Cool.
We have one email this week. It comes in from Evelyn. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. In Sydney, Australia.
Oh, wow. Shout-outs to Australia.
You're going to regret that shout-out in a second.
Oh, okay.
Dear Food Monsters. Last week's intro thing, I think you call them pre-somethings, was truly upsetting. Some things said about food by both parties caused me to both physically and mental discomfort to the point that I felt the need to write in about it. First up, Charlie is indeed correct that sauceless pizza is a thing, but based on his age, I'm pretty sure he was essentially eating cooked pizza dough with cheese layers on it, which is weird and gross and does not sound appetizing. Second, as someone who hails from the land of Vegemite, I have to agree that the condiment sandwich is just gross. despite eating open-faced sandwiches for breakfast most days. I've only had ketchup once, and it was awful. My memory is so vivid. The mental image of ketchup on toast made me dry heave. Have fun picturing that now. Little footnote. Please never speak on this topic again. Little footnote at the problem at the end of it. I had to look up what tortilla was, and I thought it was just fancy American bread, and now can't get the mental image of how much peanut butter on it would look like just shit, like a shit wrap. Thanks for that.
Oh, this is the best email.
Yeah, I was just going to say that this is my favorite in a long time.
I think this is a Hall of Famer, for sure.
Thank you for writing in.
Who was this from Australia?
Evelyn.
Thank you, Evelyn. I appreciate your email. And
Did
if I eat any more disgusting
eating
food,
that peanut butter and jelly tortilla thing we were threatening to have you eat?
yeah.
Oh,
Why would I not?
you develop some taste.
It tastes good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'll go eat one today.
Uh-huh.
I'll send you pictures.
Please don't. Please do not do that. That sounds nightmarish. She's absolutely right. It would just look like you put like a turd in a tortilla and wrapped it up and we're eating it. Like, ah.
Yep.
Ugh. Sorry. Not you. Anyone listening to this. Ah. WickedAwesomeCast@gmail.com. Send in those emails. We'll read them, apparently. That does it for this week's podcast. As I mentioned at the top of this, apologies again for this going up a little bit late. I was off watching Robots Murder Robots. Hopefully I did not miss Monday completely, though. So, yeah. Anything you want to say before we get the hell out of here, Alex?
Other than, no, not really anything at the moment, but I will say, I will eat my fucking peanut butter and jelly tortillas anytime I fucking want. Tell you what, this week I will Instagram that shit. Maeve Online,
Okay.
follow me.
Okay, do it. Watch that subscriber count just fucking bottom out at 0. You have negative subscribers. What the fuck? Just break the fucking Facebook algorithm where it's like, we didn't notice you could have negative unfollowing. Like, people are actively warning other people not to follow you now. It's negative numbers. Yeah. Yeah. Cue the metal.